Welcome back. It's the one known SCR. Come back for another live stream with me. As I try to kind of match the beat on this daydreaming sound that I am playing via StreamYard, of course. And welcome back, everybody. It's Creative Redundancy back again. It's the one known as CR, like it says on your screen. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. I didn't get that much notification for this stream. About an hour. Because I forgot to set up the stream last night. Again. I was just so busy, I'm just like, oh yeah. And when I woke up, I was just like, oh yeah. Cheers with some coffee. That's part of waking up. At least it helps me wake up anyway. What's up, Bob? How's it going, man? So yes, I'm reconnecting with you folks out there and sharing a few things and stories along the way. Just say I've been sorting some stuff. Like I said, sorting some stuff. Like this stuff. I know. Making sure that these are in good working order. And you're doing good in there? That's good. That's good. Oh, that's good, man. Keeping busy, right? Keeping busy. Trying to be more proactive as much as possible. And as time allows it, amongst other things. So yeah. Last night I actually spent the time like again reorganizing some winter stuff that I have here. I mean, I barely got any snow outside. Barely. I mean, like, and the forecast, the extended forecast doesn't even look like there's any snow in the forecast. So, yeah, we might around here we might be wishing for a white Christmas after all. I'm just saying. We'll see how it goes. No. You gotta run. And it's all good, Bob. It's all good. You taking a little bit of your time to drop in, chime in, reconnect for a little bit, right? I get it. I mean, even sometimes with me, sometimes I can drop by the streams for a little bit longer, but sometimes it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and such. I appreciate everyone dropping in. Yeah, I just reorganizing some stuff right here. As I do this live stream, like literally, you know, a couple of things I've noticed about reorganizing stuff at times. It's really nice when you can stack or nest things into each other. There's something about that, especially on the stacking. Like, you can remove the bottom without the top falling down, for example. Or nesting things inside of each other. And they take up just slightly less room. Slightly less room in comparison to if they were separated and you were storing them separately. I mention that because I am trying to go for that amongst my things. And go through some of these clothes. Yes, as a Canadian resident, I do have a tad bit more winter gear. A tad more. I didn't even realize I had so many mitts. But at least I won't miss this in the spring. So, Tennessee Tackle 1. What's up, TT1? What's up, man? How's it going? What's up, Dale? I see you in there. Just come to you. Hopefully you're doing well. You were there on that live stream last night. You remember that discussion. But I did a little bit of talk, I said. I actually have something in the works. Like, earlier this year, back in February, that seems like a long time ago now. A year ago almost. But, like, I did this, like, winter walk. Like, literally. Zero, well, actually, it was probably -2 Fahrenheit. -20 Celsius. So, I was testing out something, trying to get back home. And, like, I don't know if I said it in the video, but I guess I'll say it now if I haven't already said it in a live stream / side chat / premiere or whatever. I didn't actually have to travel this 10 kilometers, which is, what, 7 miles, whatever, in the cold. I didn't actually have to, but I did choose to. Besides, I had to test out some gear, just to see. Some things are better known beforehand. I think a lot of you might agree with that, just because it's nice to know something's actually warm. And not just in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, but I'm talking about hours later. But, or I should say, fortunately enough, it's not like that today. It's actually really warm outside. It's just below freezing right now. And I got the sunshine. Although the sun's quite low on the horizon. But we are coming up to the winter solstice, short stay of the year. Yeah. It's in 2 weeks. Yeah. It's 32 there for you, Dale? Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius? Yeah, so more or less around the same temperature as it is here. Hopefully you're getting some sun. It's nice. Hopefully it's not too windy. Maybe I should make more coffee. I could use pick me up. I mean a top off. Wind chill -6. That's probably about 20 Fahrenheit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's probably a slight breeze. Yeah. We were all at the campsite. I walked to. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, that water. I mean, it's one of those things, right? Water will always. It's a consumable, but until you consume it, you gotta carry it metaphorically or literally on your back. Because once it's in your system, obviously that weight is redistributed more evenly in your body. So yeah, exactly. Water is heavy. Good morning, afternoon, gear. We're in that transitional time here in North America right now. Some places are coming closer to noon or past noon. Some places out west are not quite yet. It's still morning. You awesome, gear. Right back at you. Like, Quincy, like, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, right? Anyway, I mean, you're walking uphill, you know, I mean, and you got weight on you, yeah, totally different from walking on a flat surface. Yeah, you had to rethink your everyday carry. Yeah. Well, you gotta adjust it sometimes, right? Have the gears there for a reason, but you know, certain things would probably have a little bit more priority at times. So yeah. Just give me one moment, everyone. Just give me one moment. Just listen to the background music and talk amongst yourselves for a bit. I see you, Iron Fire Horse. I'll be right back in a moment here. All right, I'm back. I went to go do something right here, and I just hit my funny bone against the door handle. I get this feel instant numbness that like a nerve or something like that. Yeah. Walk it off. Right. Anyways, I'm back. Anyways, good afternoon, Iron Fire Horse. Yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, you gotta reconsider those things. I mean, I'm planning. I don't know. I've been planning to do this kind of everyday carry type of video. I don't know. I've been thinking about it more and more, especially considering like not only what I do or use or carry, but what other people use and carry. Not just you guys, but like people we know, you know, your own family members, your own friends, right? Because everyone always hears these stories, you know. I lost this, I forgot this, I dropped this, you know, and it happens. I mean, so I feel like I'm just gonna like introduce it right here, but I mean it's true. Like especially in the winter time, because usually you're wearing a little bit more, harder to feel certain things on you. You know, I guess one of the things, let's say keys, for example, right? You know, you drop your keys, forget your keys, forgot that you left them in the back of your pocket and you left without them. I mean, it's one thing if your car keys, your vehicle keys are connected, right? Obviously, if you're driving using your vehicle, that's one thing, but you know, there's other things that happen too, right? Phones, for example. I mean, how many countless times have I seen in the winter environment articles of like clothing, like gloves and mitts, scarves and hats on the ground? I always wonder, so they weren't wearing it, but they dropped it out of their pocket or something along the lines of that. But yeah. Hey, sunflowers. My icon's not there again. I don't know. I've noticed that every so often with Stringer, it's just like I see it on my side, so I never notice it, but I have noticed it replaying it back the streams. So I don't know why my channel icon's not there, but we all know where we are. We're in a place that we like to create. Hashtag create, not hate. Yeah, I know, right? You see one shooter boot, right? It's just like, and especially when you see it, it's still good. There's no tears in it, or it's not ripped up. Like if you felt it with your bare hand, it still feel dry. Like it hasn't been there that long. Like the snow hasn't fallen on it, or water hasn't penetrated the material yet, or saturated it yet, and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like I said, I always wonder about that. I guess things happen, you know. I think it's one of those things when you get into a vehicle or when you get out of a vehicle, obviously you're probably putting on gloves or your hat or whatever, right? For example, It probably happened when you were getting in a vehicle. Because I think this is why sometimes you'll see it along between like the metaphoric sidewalk to road or in a parking lot. It's one of those things. But then again, I see them out in open spaces, so I kind of wonder. Because if you're wearing it, you know, you're wearing a glove or you would notice that you're not wearing it. It's probably because it falls out of people's pockets. And then everyone does that string thing or a lanyard with their gloves, right? And everyone does that. Yeah. But hello, Lori. How are you doing, Miss Lori J? Good morning, Lori. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're getting some sun today, Lori. Probably less cold, right? I wouldn't necessarily call it warm, but less cold. Perhaps, Iron Fires. Well, I won't mention what the better part of the comment said, but you can read it on screen. Yeah, I appreciate all you dropping by. I mean, this is like an impromptu stream. I barely gave notification out. I didn't even send a personalized notification to Iron Fire Wars. She's here. She's here. She's here. So I appreciate you dropping by. It's just like, here's going live. I can tell. There's a notification or scheduled film. That's why. Yeah. It's nice here right now. I just got my solar lights charging right now. I popped in selfie over on the Instagram side of that on Sunday. That was kind of interesting. Another thing I had to actually do with that picture, I had to adjust. Well, basically, I used this kind of way of, because I wanted to show some of the background and some of the foreground and some of the midground. And the lighting, it was darker because it was sunrise. When I used flash, it was too bright, so I basically used the best of both pictures. I took a darker picture and a much brighter picture with flash, and just kind of combined it in such a way to make it more the appearance of being shot with one shot as one picture. So, but yeah, these silverwoods, I just got them charging right now. I didn't realize how many rechargeable batteries I had. I think I need more chargers. Yeah, I guess I can show one right here. Oh wait, let me turn the light off. See, one of these right here. Yeah, you're working sitting in front of Oh yeah, cool. Well, I guess you guys are sharing your stories there. I can tell. Let me just switch this up for a moment here. I can actually see the chat here. Oh, okay, I see. Nothing fancy, yeah. Okay, alright. So yeah, these solarwoods have been trying these out. I kind of like these a little. Like I said, I haven't said already. The first set of these I'm glad I tried it out because one of I think it was either no, it was the LED light. The LED light on a previous set that I got was not working. Like the battery was working, even the solar panel was working because I checked both of them with a multimeter, right, to see for voltage, but the LED never turned on. So I had to exchange it for a newer one. I was just like, I'm so glad I tested that out beforehand, right? And every reason to try stuff out beforehand, right? And don't assume that it's working, alright? I mean, that goes for a lot of things out there. Don't assume that it's working. But ever know a little bit more for sure, as much as possible. I mean, this set that I got works, right? But I mean, one of the first things I did was I did a power test with all the lights, the LEDs turned on, all the solar panels were working. I'm like, okay, good. Now let's, use this stuff. Like these solar type of garden type of lights, area type of lights. Enjoy some sunshine. It's cold. It's not even. I mean, Lord, out west, it's been unusually seasonal. At some points above seasonal. I know out east. I know it's snowing out east. I know it's been snowing out in like Ontario, Quebec, or I think Montreal, like some other places. So I guess that's how it goes, right? Sometimes in this vast country of Canada, where the weather changes quite a bit. I think I was watching the Weather Network for a brief moment. I thought I saw Charlottetown over in PI like plus 11. Like, am I seeing that? I didn't realize it was that warm out on the Atlantic side. Like, I know there's like, water thing and stuff, but I was like, I don't know. I think it was a typo. I think it was supposed to be a plus 1 and not a plus 11 because their temperatures before and the day after are like -2, 0. So I'm like, nah, there's no way that the temperature can skyrocket that fast in one day. I think it was a typo. I think it was a plus 1. 33 Fahrenheit for you guys in the US. I'm Fariana. Hi, Uncle Al. I see you guys in there. Quick. I guess it would be nice if I actually clicked on the right ones. Yes, Fariana. Uncle Al. Oh yeah, can't forget it. But Gil's. I like how I decided to do an impromptu stream and just have people coming by. Maybe it's that icon. Wait, you don't see my icon right now because supposedly I don't have an icon. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it does that. I mean, it's not a deal breaker in terms of using StreamYard. It's just kind of weird sometimes when I switch the camera and switch back, my icon disappears. So it's probably one of those default icon profile silhouette type of picture that you're seeing on the screen. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I should actually. Well, I'm just gonna swing this one in. I'll just swing this one in. I'll use a little bit more power, but it's the next best thing. I'll just swing this back and forth. Or not, because I forgot to put it on with. Okay, whatever. Whatever, I guess. See 10 Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit, sunflower. I knew it. I guess they said it was supposed to be a warmer winter. It's kind of showing it right now. I mean, it is December after. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Lori. So, yeah. I'm I'm not sure if Bob's still here on Club. I think he had to slip out. He had to slip out, or he had to go somewhere. Yeah, he mentioned it. He mentioned you can stay long. I have to go out and do stuff. So yeah. Yeah, it's all good for y'all. I understand. Hey, you guys are chiming in. And more or less, hopefully more listening. So it's all good. I mean, maybe I'll help everyone start daydreaming at work with this music that's playing in the background. So, like I said earlier, I guess I could show this again for the second time. I've just been going through stuff like plus and myths right here, and just getting them more organized and stuff like that. That might be for another video or stream for me right now. Kind of working at things, among some other things. I'm actually working on a GIF too. I'm working on a DIY GIF for someone. However, that will probably not make an appearance on the channel, but I will state it though. Whoa! Straight up. You're gonna go. Oh, that'd be nice, Lori. That'd be nice. Yeah, but sunflower, unless you can do the math in your head, and unless you need an exact measurement or exact number, I generally have no the base numbers. You know, the 5, the 10, right? Or the general markers that I need. 0, 32, minus 40, minus 40. 86 is plus 30, 21 is 70, 16 is 60 Fahrenheit, 10 is 50, 0 Fahrenheit is minus 17, minus 22 is minus 30. Yeah, I just go from that. Everything else is close enough. If you need an exact measurement, yeah, you can go through it. Use the formula. I barely have any snow on the ground. I mean, like, I'll show you guys right there. You guys probably have more snow than I do here. Like, hopefully hopefully it's not out. Look, I barely got any snow. Look. Look at this. Barely any snow. Look, even in the garden bed, barely any snow. So I wasn't kidding about, you know, that I barely had or had no snow on the ground. Yeah. Like, I barely even saw any snow in November. Like, literally, it snowed more in October than November here. I actually have a picture of a sunflower, an actual blooming sunflower with snow behind it. That's how October became. Just try to see. Yeah. All right. swear sometimes. Here, I'll temporarily. Here, I don't know why. I'll temporarily pause it. I'll temporarily pause the background. I have no idea why it's doing that here. Remember, I'm not playing back the stream, so I can't hear the audio. I bet if I did, then I would notice it more. Okay. Oh, you got snow and it melted sunflower. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just read one. Close. Okay. Yeah. Go figure. Hey, Fariana. You gotta do stuff yet. There's barely any of the resource left to do it. Yeah. I mean, I probably could almost chime in with something like a story like that too. Let's see, Laura. Yes, yes, right. Yeah. Click on that. Yeah. Well, like I said, I had one drink this year. Who knows? Maybe I'll have one on New Year's. But until then, maybe during the holiday season, maybe I'll have another one. I tend to drink coffee more. Speak of which, I still have to fill up my cup. It's almost empty. Sad face. My goodness, I got plenty of beans, coffee beans, and grounds to use. Mm-hmm. Well, you guys have a lot of things to talk about. We're reconnecting, right? And all that stuff. Please tell me the audio's better now. Hopefully the audio's better. Remember, I'm not playing back the stream, so I can't hear it right now. So you guys gotta give me some constructive feedback, like chime in on it. As long as it sounds fine, I can always raise my voice, so to speak, or whatever. But, really? I don't know why he keeps doing this now. Hold on. Ah! Are you serious? Yeah, I forgot to I forgot to put the audio setting to my headset. I can't believe I just did that. I feel like such a noob for doing that. I'm just like, I just no wonder. It was to my phone the whole time. Now it probably sounds great, eh? Now it probably sounds great. I can't. I forgot to check on that. Well, it shouldn't sound like that now. Whatever, carry on. Whatever. I'm just tired of all your guys' crap against me. No. I figure I'd throw a CR word in there. Yeah, see, I knew it. I was like, see, I forgot to change it because I automatically assumed so much that, because I was hearing the daydreaming sound. I know. I keep forgetting I actually had to check that off. Well, figure this, I noticed it in the first half an hour. Well, sometimes it's one of those things. Even with you, Gil, like yesterday, right? With your wheel, right? You just did a quick test, right? Just because, can you guys hear it? Right? Because sometimes it's good to get that feedback from your side chat. Because, you guys are listening / watching, right? So if it doesn't sound good or whatever, you guys just let me know and I'll see. You know, you know. Not all the time it's from the host end, right? Always crash and do all that stuff, but I know sometimes I'm like, am I hearing audio issues? Then I'm like, all right, let me refresh and see, and then I'm like, oh, it's fine, right? So probably from my end. But if you refresh or whatever and it still sounds the same or whatever, probably it's coming from the host end, not from the watcher's end. Where the A come from? Where the A come from? I'm not talking about E-R-E-H. I'm talking about an actual A. Or is that an A for awesome? Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways, at least the picture was good. Like I said earlier, there's like barely any snow on the ground. Yeah, I would say so, Laura. I would say so. I would say so. Oh, okay. So good, Lori. And okay. Okay, well, I'm fireworks. I see. So yeah. Uh, that means the whole time that I walked away from the phone, no one heard me. Oh. Well, on the bright side, this is an impromptu stream. And I guess my audience retention will be poor in that first half an hour. I might as well just leave a comment after the stream and be, yeah, just fast forward to the first half an hour. The first half an hour, because I forgot about the audio issue. Oopsie. Speak of which, I have to go get my charger here. So yeah, like I was saying, I've just been going for some stuff here, trying to keep busy. All right, keep busy. And speaking of keeping busy, by the way, everyone, guess what? I already have videos out for the rest of this month, for the rest of the year. And Fariana, you're still here chiming in and listening, by the way, just because you mentioned it earlier about plans for the holiday season. I already have a scheduled posted video. I already made the video. Well, I did one last year, and I was just like, I'll just do one again. I'm not reusing the one from last year. I just kind of more or less used it as a template. So you'll see it's scheduled. You'll see it a couple of days, couple hours before things happen, right? My message from CR to you, folks. I decided to make it early. Yeah, I see it. Probably, yeah, I see that. Airplane. Yeah. 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 I swear I can almost do this as a topic. Our far horse and what we're talking about on the side right now. But yeah, I kind of voiced it in one of my other streams. It's a PREP stream. I think it was the last one too. I voiced it. I kind of wish you were here to hear that one, Lori. I voiced what I said about stuff like that. I mean, in a nutshell, there's a time and place for it, but let's just say if you're upsetting people, sometimes it doesn't always get your message across, right? Because when people are angry at you, they tend not to want to agree with you to a certain degree. You know, we've all gone through stuff, right? When you're angry at someone, usually you don't agree with them. You don't take your side, so to speak. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. I see. I'm just reading what you wrote, Lori. Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, hear you guys' point of views, right? And trust me, I don't agree with every single person out there. However, in that airstream, right? I'll hear your point of view out. See it from in your shoes, being in your shoes, right? And understand it to a certain degree. I might not agree with it, but I'll hear you out. All right, because I know sometimes things need to be said or done. I get that. To make a statement, make a point, to symbolize for something. But sometimes let's just say metaphorically speaking, sometimes it's better to take the high ground or the high road. That kind of saying. So I'll just say it like that. In a nutshell, some of what I said in the last three. Anyways, LOL, laugh out loud. Moving on. Yes. You guys want to do that to go? Okay. You better take care of stuff, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm assuming Gil is taking off. Sound like that, but sounds like it. So it's all good. It's all good. Appreciate everyone dropping in. On my little, really, I should have. Well, this is a live with CR time, so specific topic. Just reconnecting with you folks out there and sharing some stories and things along the way, which technically I am. I mean, yeah. Yeah, anyways, changing the subject. I might as well just skip that, clip that out. Anyways, say to you, or since you're here anyway, I'm glad that you're trying to put out some more videos. And like I said in your stream and amongst my comment section too, I noticed you pouring out some liquid and slowing it down. That was kind of, I enjoyed that. I noticed it anyways, right? It really showed the viscosity of the liquid. I know. See, I'm using big vocabulary words. I'm trying to increase the words different words to use, or my choice of words. Yeah. I read your comments, Sunflower, by the way. Yeah, of course, Glory. I noticed that. I noticed these kind of things because as both a content creator and a watcher, I noticed these kind of little things, more technical in nature, right? I mean, if this one channel was here, I could actually bring up another example of here. But I mean, like, certain little things I can notice where they come from. I'm like, hey, I know where that came from. That came from CapCut. I can tell. I know that. I know that effect, or whatever. I just can totally tell. Or some other video editor out there or app. I can still tell where that came from. Almost to the point that I could ask them. I'd be like, "You use this, don't you?" And they're like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" Because I could tell through this one little thing that you used it. Because I actually have seen them or used them myself, right? And like I said earlier, as a content creator, I would notice this stuff. And like I said, I have videos up for this week. Well, for the rest of the month, I got a video up for. Started more to schedule the videos on a Friday now, just because it gives me time during the week to polish them up, finalize everything that I want to say in the description, maybe polish up the thumbnail, you know, a little bit more, right? Gives me a little bit more time. Because sometimes if you're rushing stuff, the production value goes down a little, or you're say too much, don't say enough, didn't elaborate here, over elaborated here, ranted here. So I'm trying to polish my work, you know, almost like traditional type of editing, like with words or like an essay, right? You're writing, you polish it up, right? From the first draft to the second draft, hopefully, eventually you get a final draft that you can hand in to your teacher, or in this case, for people to watch the content, whatever it is, regardless where it is, no matter if it's shorts, reels, long form content, short form content, whatever, right? So yeah. Well, Lori, just do what you're comfortable with, right? Do what you're comfortable with. Because there is other content creators out there that don't show their face or don't talk, or both. And they can be successful, so it is possible. However, you know, it depends on the niche and all that stuff. But I mean, like, it's not a requirement, but it may help to connect with the audience better, talking or showing yourself. I mean, so, you know, but like I said, once you show yourself or talk, put it out there, it's out there. Just saying. Yeah, you don't do that? I mean, I didn't want to. I wasn't planning on making this stream about editing too much or the technical stuff, but it is a lot with CR, and this is my stream. The hell with it, right? Just kidding. But I mean, like, just go out and just practice, right? Like, one of my buddies, who is a follower here on the channel, I'm pretty sure I made him all a moderator. I haven't seen him for a while. I would still laugh if they chime in right now on the side chat. I was going to keep CR, but you know, they never had any formal education or experience in editing, right? And they've been putting out content for however long now, right? traditional. It's usually longer form content. Let's say 10 minutes, half an hour, 15 minutes, something along the lines of that. He just scrappy. Oh, with his PR in it. He always says to me, he's like, anytime I get the CR, so I just randomly. Random shout out to Bush Dog Scrapper. Oh my gosh. He's been here before. You may have seen him on the side chat. I haven't seen him for a while, but he's probably scrapping some stuff right now. He's probably scrapping a toaster or microwave or something like that. But, you know, the thing is, I've seen what he's been able to do and learn, right? I think he uses, what's that called? I think he uses the InShot app / editor. It's cross-platform, I'm pretty sure, like many other editors out there, right? I mean, I've seen what he can do, and he told me, yeah, I just watched a couple videos and I started to understand it and just practiced it. See, I'm like, oh yeah, that's good, all right. You know, trying to understand it, why things do certain things if you click on this or move this, right? Like, I'm trying to simplify it, overly simplify it, but anyway, that's how I learned some of the stuff. Like, what does this actually do? What does this affect it? What does this transition do? What does, right? You know, or if you put in music or whatever, hopefully not copyright music, hopefully it's open source, hopefully it's free or whatever, right? Or whatever. And you gotta listen to it and see how it flows with your video, alright? Like, or if you're still here listening, just practice, right? Just practice. See what things do. You know, hey, this changes. If I do this, I can make the screen. I can make the video blurry, for example, right? Well, you can, you can introduce something by doing the opposite thing by starting out blurry, and then it focuses on the video or picture. You know, like, shh. You know what I mean? Yeah, so exactly. One thing at a time, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading what you're writing so far. Don't worry. I am reading it, even though I'm not chiming in directly on it, but I am reading it. That's why I'm scrolling it for a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, simpler writing to Worry. Perhaps Worry needs to practice more before making videos for themselves. So far, and I have a friend that you never showed their face and for a long time, and yeah, they showed themselves now. Yeah. Oh, by the way, and they're in them for a while, but they are a follower here on the channel too, and they are a channel moderator. So it'd be hilarious if they chime in right now, wouldn't it? You know, when you speak of people, it's like they chime in. It's like, yes, they showed up. Yeah, well, sometimes, we're our own worst critic, as they say sometimes. hmm Well, like, I've seen some of these, like, beginner things or how-to things, right? And sometimes, if you were new, sometimes it's, like, you might find it more challenging, more difficult, right? I mean, See, it's hard for me to suggest, or like you asked me about a simple one or one to get used to, right? Or because you wrote it on my shorts that I put out. Oh, by the way, yes, I did edit that shorts there, right? But because I've been doing this for a while now, right? But remember when I first started all the stuff, right? I probably did all the wrong things at times, right? Obviously I had some educational teaching later on, but what I started to realize is that sometimes the best way to learn something is by doing stuff, right? And understanding how does it work, what happens when I do this, right? That kind of insert phrase that I can't think of right now. I do this, right? Like, regardless if you is whatever editor out there. I've heard many, and I know a lot of my followers, viewers here on the channel, that do the editing. There's so many out there, right? I mean, I've probably tried it, or at least once, right? I mean, I've heard people, there's InShot, there's CapCut, there's DaVinci, there's iMovie, there's this, there's that, and all that stuff, right? I always say, always trying to learn what thing, like, one of the things you have to get used to is being able to understand if you do something or change something, something's gonna happen. All right, a transition. Let's say, I'm like, and my friend actually does this, but like, if you're walking from the left side of the screen, right? And then you show yourself on the opposite side of the door coming in for the door, right? I've seen people do that. My friend, Bush Dog Scrapper, he likes to do that a lot. It's kind of, where you're walking through a door, the next, literally a jump cuts, or like without a transition. Him already on the other side, but coming through the other side. Like, if you can picture that, you might see that every so often with videos out there, right? That's known, right? There's no transition for it. It's just, I'm walking through this, and next scene, you see me walking through it, but on the inside of the door, on the opposite side, right? Get that point of view. Hi, California Forward. Oh, you're not decorated with a CR in it? Woo! Yay! And it's got 2 CRs in there. Nice. Yes. Yeah, I'm a fun one too, Lori. Yeah, me too. I feel like I need to scroll down. What's up, KP? I see you in there. Welcome. Am I that far down away from the chat? I need to actually start catching up here. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay, I see you, Lori. Well, I know. See, I've been using iMovie on the phone. I haven't used it on a desktop or a laptop, but there should be some audio that you can use. Hopefully, it would work with the content that you're posting, right? Also with food and stuff. Okay, I see. Okay. Am I that far back on the chat? Yeah. Let me show the movie. The clips are copyright free, right? Yeah. That's another thing. See, one of the editors that I've been using for a while, I've noticed that they've allowed its clips to be used as B-roll, right? Filler type of content, especially you're talking and you just want to show something related to it, or that kind of B-roll. On my last video, I actually did that, right? I'm like, I better not get anything for it. I'm like, it says no restrictions on it right now or whatever, right? I'm like, good, there's no content ID claim or copyright strike. So, as far as I know, that stuff I can pull is good. I'll still have to see, but there was one of my concerns when I posted the last $50, $68 Canadian food challenge video, because I had to put in some B-roll because I'm like, I need to explain the challenge before I start to get the understanding of it, right? And I didn't have anything B-roll that I could use of my own stuff. I'm like, so I just found some quick clips just to do. So yeah, it goes for audio too. Yeah, see, that's the thing about editing, right? Some things, like, I understand that not everyone edits or whatever, right? But there are certain things that you can do because you do edit. Even if it's a quick splicing, connecting the footage together. For example, cooking. So unless you want to show a 3-hour video of it just cooking, you'll probably have to pause or stop and show 2 hours later. Like, you could actually put it on the screen, right? That says with text or whatever. Like, you can have AI say it, or you can say it yourself and be like, what are the screens, goes to black with some white text 2 hours later, or whatever color combination you want that works really well, that has complementary colors to what you're doing, all right? So it could, right, I mean, it depends. But anyways, it would say 2 hours later, okay, look guys, it's complete, it's cooked now, right? And stuff like that. So instead of putting a transition from the previous clip to the final it's done clip, you just kind of put this 2 hours later, it's done, and you just kind of continue that story, right? The flow with the video as much as possible. I mean, I'm always still working on the flow of the video, right? Making sure that my choice of words, especially if I scripted. I mean, obviously I'm doing this live right now, right? So I didn't script any of this, right? It's basically what my audience side chat's talking about, stuff like that. But yeah, there are certain little things, time lapses and stuff like that, you just can't do without editing to a certain degree. Well, not time lapse specifically, but let's just say, you're going for a walk, right? You cut to the next clip, next angle, or whatever. Well, it's kind of hard to do without editing. And stuff like a tripod and stuff like help too. Come on. Am I that far behind? Do this much while 2 hours later? Yeah, no, that's kind of what I mean. Alright. Think about it. If you ever seen it, remember, look at the content, as a content creator, as a watcher, right? Regardless if it's here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, a movie on your TV, a TV show, a music video, or whatever, right? Those are all forms of someone or a company or whatever being a content creator, right? So you can mimic that kind of stuff depending on what you're doing, but in your own style for your video, in your case where it would be cooking, all right? So I mean, I'm trying to think of something like that you probably should do, or just so, and hopefully it wouldn't take too long, and maybe it takes you 20 minutes to do it initially, but after learning how to doing it, it only takes you 5 minutes because you know the next step. You don't have to think about what is the next step. You already know that next step because you've done it before. you have prior experience with it, right? I mean, some of the stuff that I've done, I'm like, I had to learn how to do it on my own. I mean, there could have been a video out there, but I learned it on my own. Like, how to do something. I'm like, oh, that's how to do it. So in a nutshell, this is how I can make this text come swing in and change the rest of the text to have it just type out. I actually had to learn that the other day. Actually, one of the videos I have posted for scheduled for the 22nd right now actually shows that. Like, I actually learned how to do that. I'm like, huh. Because I've seen a lot of videos out there, how-to videos. I'm like, sometimes, they show a lot more of the more common stuff. How to add video, how to add text, how to add audio, how to do certain little things, right? But then there's a little more technical things that that you can learn by combining simple things into more complex or compound thing. If that makes any sense, right? It's just like cooking, right? Or like there's probably you probably know easy recipes you could do at the back of your hand, right? But then there's other things that are like, oh wait, if I combine these two ingredients or these two methods, maybe I can make something, right? So, for example, like sauteing something, then adding a sauce to it after, or something like that. I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff out of my head. Yeah. I'm using the daydreaming background music here on StreamYard. Yeah. Am I that far away from the bottom here? For real, Lori? That's cool. That's cool. Nice to see you. Little video got over to partner with you. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I've used the daydreaming here, but this is via the StreamYard app, right? All the music here is gonna be good, just because it's made for streaming, right? So all this music is like open source, or there's no copyright, or it's what's commercial for royalty free or commercial free. Well, one of those terms, anyways. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Content can be almost anything, right? I mean, some things you'll have your. I mean, I just see now when I use a cooking, a food related metaphor here, right? You're not have your bread and butter type of videos, you know. Your kind of common series. It keeps going on, right? You can keep doing it. You tweak it every so often, right? I mean, for some people it's a haul. For some people it's certain video types that they do that are like their bread and butter, right? That they can feel they're always gonna exist. It's their bread and butter, whatever it is, right? I mean, but yeah, you can make content about pretty much anything. I mean, like, people do VR type of videos and all that stuff, quote unquote reaction videos or whatever, right? Although I still consider those VR video responses, regardless if you're reacting or acting or whatever to it. But yeah, you can do pretty much anything, almost anything. Hey, Lori, thank you. Shoot the video. Like I said, shoot the video and just use your own content, right? And see what you can do with it, right? Like any of those how-to videos, instructional videos, or about editing or whatever, usually they show what they've recorded, right? But adapt that to whatever you have as content, right? I mean, I've seen our videos oh, here's how to make text. Let's just say you're recording something, you're walking towards the camera, right? I'm walking towards the camera, right? There's ways of like making text appear behind you in post-production, right? I've actually shown it in one of these things. It's been about a year since I showed it, right? So editing magic. And I started to put that in on my. I learned it by actually just basically I just used my hand, right? I didn't actually use a full body, but I've actually done this again with one of my walking type, hiking type of videos where I added that in, where you can actually tell that I've actually added that in post production, right? Being able to add text behind you after the fact of recording, right? Or adding something in there, right? It's not overly complicated, but yeah. Because I think like anything, once you start to get a hang of it or start doing it, the ease becomes it becomes easier, because sometimes the hardest thing in doing anything is the first hurdle, right? Overcoming the first hurdle, understanding it, whatever it is. It could be cooking, editing, it could be prepping, it could be gardening or whatever. First hurdle is like knowing what the things do, right? And stuff like that, and understanding. So this is what it does if I do this, right? What's the? I can't remember the word now. Anyways, I digress. Maybe you'll be able to convince your daughter to film. And well, hey, Lori, Miss Lori G. Point is, you want to eat well and healthy and cheaply. Well, maybe that could be your saying for your videos, right? This is your hook or your catchphrase, basically, that you tend to say more often, right? Your message to the viewers, right? I mean, you can have that appear on screen saying it or whatever, have AI say it or whatever, right? I mean, like, I've shown, for anyone that hasn't shown, I've actually, like, movement text stuff, right? I mean, there's two ways of doing it, but you can have something like that, and it just matches to your voice, right? So you're gonna have text appear on screen that says something in the same type of tempo. Is tempo what I'm looking for? Or in the same kind of time that you would say it, right? Anyway. So, Lori J, I mean, you can be like, metaphorically speaking, saying it as an example for you, right? Adapt it to your own situation, how you want to say it or whatever. I'd be like, hey guys, it's, welcome back to this video, right? And and here on the channel, you all to eat well and healthy and cheaply as much as possible. So let's see what I'm cooking here. Something like that. I mean, like, you could change the words, adapt the words, and adapt that kind of thing in Lord J. So maybe something like that, for example, right? And people be like, "Oh, okay. All right. I guess this must be their message or whatever, right? The words that people are saying." Especially if the words are on screen too. I mean, I know Reels, the TikToks, and the Shorts, you see that a lot where there's words on screen and it's being spoken or said through the hostess voice or through AI if wanted to, right? You know, and stuff like that. So you could do something like that too. So people are there like the volume down slightly, or they're watching that quick kind of on their home feed or whatever clip of it playing without the audio, they can still read the text and stuff like that. Or for people that have difficult hearing or whatever, it gives them, they can see the text instead, right? If that makes any sense. So you got two ways of communicating that information, that saying or information, by saying it, and of course showing it on screen so people can read along with it, right? And like I said, they get to be like I said, I'm not sure. I just thought of it on screen, right? You know, eat. I wanted to show everyone to eat well and healthy and as cheaply as possible, right? And you say it on screen, and you say it with your voice or through AI, and like I said, you get into the video or something like that, and try to bring in your message in, all right? And that could be what's known as your hook or whatever, right? I'm still working on my hook. Am I that far from the bottom? Oh, and my phone wasn't charging this whole time. Dang it. Alright. Now I'm back down to 27%. Yeah, some people just go around yelling, some people creating non-appropriate. Yeah. Wow, that's their stuff. No, you don't worry. See, I'm on the stream outside, or else I would pull it out. I know it's in there. It's dated for last year. I can't remember if I actually named the title Ending Magic, but it is in there. Yeah, look at that. I'm back at the bottom of the chat. Nice. Welcome back. Seriously. Hey, I'm back at the bottom of the chat. Yes, I didn't take that one. But yeah, Lori, I mean, remember, whatever you see out there as in terms of like, hey, you can do this, you can do that in the video editor, right? You can adapt that to your content, right? If that makes any sense. I mean, I guess it goes without saying, but anyway, because I'm actually standing in the kitchen right now. Like literally, I'm standing in the kitchen right now. So I'm just trying to help you, since I have you here, right? And as a fellow content creator, I want to help with the content creators, though, right? Right. Because if the content creators don't make anything, well, there's nothing to watch then, right? So keep creating something so there's something to watch, and then keep going with that. All right, I'm gonna make coffee too at the same time. All right, Larry J, look at this. Look at this. Water. If I actually was doing this right, I could make one of those ASMR kind of videos. Although I've never made one of those yet. So I'll make some coffee. Please. Oh, okay, I still have the coffee, perhaps. But I mean, I do experiment, but try. How would I say? I don't like I said. There's not saying try to keep it as simple as possible, yeah. But I also try to make it as interesting as possible too. But I'm trying to remember. Like, Lori, I enjoyed what you showed last time, right? I did enjoy that. Like, remember what? I'm very technical about stuff, so if I'm a little bit more technical about things, I mean it in a good way, by the way. Right? I don't usually always voice those technical things, right? Because I get it. the understanding of it, right? Because there is other things out there that are way over my head, but I'm like, and when people, because I try not to be so technical at times. Every so often I am, because I care enough for whoever's doing it, right? And be like, if you did this, blah blah blah, but I realize, you gotta enjoy being a content creator, right? Because if you enjoy it, it's not work. Well, obviously there is work involved. Don't get the wrong time or whatever. But if you're getting frustrated at it, and whatever, blah 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 blah, things happen, blah blah blah, right? I've seen it, heard it. Every so often it might happen to me, and so it's like I get frustrated because I'm like, why isn't this doing what I wanted to? Right? Why is this spot like 1 second in the video? Why isn't it doing what I wanted to? Right? And I get frustrated, right? Every so often, go take a walk, go do some other stuff, right? Get fresh eyes on it again, right? And come back to it, right? And like anything else there. Back up your work, your save files, whatever, right? And stuff like that. Like a lot of these video editors and stuff like that, both the editors, both the programs, desktop, computer side, laptop, or an app side via smartphone, regardless of what you're using it as a phone or whatever, right? For the most part, and I said for the most part, you can copy your project file. Right. So sometimes if I come somewhere and I want to start experimenting with the video that I'm actually creating for content, I'll make a copy of it and work on the copy. So I don't ruin the original by doing something silly like doing something where I can't undo because I can't undo that far back. And yeah. And trying to undo that or correct that back to what I had would take longer, especially with the space availability that we have nowadays on our phones and all that stuff. Usually people can afford to have that extra space for inline copy. I've done that before several times where I'm just like, I like what I have, but I want to try tweaking something, but just so I don't the original file too much, I'm gonna make a copy of it and work on the copy and see, right? And learn from that, right? Because I can always update the original from what I learned from the copy version that I did of it. Hoping that makes sense. No, I don't think it's the digital creation mode, because I think I actually showed specifically how to do something. I know I said editing magic in it. See, I don't have the thing up right now. Yeah. Yes, your hook. Yeah. Let's see if your content on the diet and don't do others do, which is contradict themselves and make excuses. I tried to explain diet stuff in a lot, but I see others do it and they teeter between some. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're get this. Okay. Yeah, I know Fariana, yeah. I know. Well, yeah. So I've heard Iron Force. Okay. You guys trying to make me hungry? Are you guys? You guys have been talking about. I really gotta not look away from the screen so much. Remember, I have something on the stove. Yeah. I can't really highlight the right here. Once you make a movie, it automatically deletes the photos original video. Hmm. Well, if it does that, or whatever, maybe that might not be the best thing to use, right? Or at least use it more sparingly. I mean, I used simple things in the beginning, right? I remember a long time ago. What was it? Movie maker, right? I managed to try out some other stuff and more advanced stuff. I mean, this is back in like what 2004, almost 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago. I might as well just say 20 years ago because like we're basically like coming into next year within like with less than 4 weeks, right? The new year, right? So I mean, I tried stuff like that, and now and other stuff. I mean, nowadays there's so much available, legit free stuff that you can use in terms of editing that blows things out. That's far beyond anything you even could do even 10 years ago. Like in terms of like as yeah, the apps or programs have advanced that far, right? I mean, there's even new ones out there and stuff like that. But like, I'm trying to see. There is a lot of programs out there, apps out there, Lori J. So, what I say is, try the more common ones, especially ones that have like tutorials with them that you can pick up information on, right? Because I know there are some editors out there. People don't put out tutorials for it, or they're very far in between, right? I mean, there. I've seen people. I mean, you know, do these tutorials at times. I'm just like, and sometimes they're not in English, so it's kind of hard to follow along if you don't know that native language that you're speaking, right? But so learn what you can and practice. Just practice, right? If you learn something like, oh hey, I know how to do this now. Try to apply it to your own videos later on, right? I mean, this like, well, you can't see the CR on the screen because apparently I don't have the icon on the screen, right? I mean, like sometimes I'll just practice with stuff that I already have, pictures or video, and be like, well, let's see what happens if I put this scene in that I've shot already and I already made a video or used it, like the channel icon or whatever, right? What does that actually do, right? And stuff with that. Mm-hmm. Uh, I can uh, I can answer that. I need some more watch time. But you gals are helping me. I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, yeah. You don't know start with that word, Jay. Yeah. Oh, hey, I almost forgot about the coffee. I just started chiming in on the side chat and rating it because I'm trying to charge my phone back up because I thought I had it charged and it went down and it's gone back up now. And I didn't realize. Seriously? Isn't it 90 minutes already? Oh my gosh, it's already been 90 minutes. I'll probably go as far as the bottom of the hour right now, so about 20, 25 more minutes, give or take. Unless for some reason I decide to change my mind. Or unless I get like 30 people coming. One or the two. because I am expecting company too. Once again, that's making my coffee. I'm just doing a simple drip filter coffee. Nothing special. Nothing special. Just heat up some water and pour it over the filter with coffee grounds inside. I'm smelling the coffee. It's waking me up. There's something about how good coffee can be if you smell it and wakes you up before you even drink it. I'm kidding, by the way. So yeah. Let's see here. I'll just put this on the screen for now. On show. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and for your content creators out there, this is something I made from scratch. Wow, I shouldn't say from scratch, totally from scratch, but I was just practicing, and I was just like, because I wanted to make something as a little bit more entertaining than the icon movement thing, but to indicate movement on the screen, right? So if I froze, you would notice because there'd be a static image on the screen, and you wouldn't be able to hear me probably. I'd sound robotic and whatever, right? This is just something, and of course it's got the CR in there, one of my channel icon type of things in there. And this is basically just a 30-second clip that's just being looped. Something like this, maybe a little bit more intermediate for someone. But yeah. Well, Lori, I got a question for you. Would you like me to do a video more on this? Lori J. I'll ask Ferry on it too. While I'm at it, and everyone else, right? Chime in on my comment section if you want me to actually do a video more on it. All right. So let me know. Generally, apparently my viewers prefer that I actually show a kit or actual objects or something DIY. My digital creation mode stuff doesn't get watched as much. That's I know. Maybe because it's over people's heads or whatever, or they don't understand it, or I'm making it too complicated, or I'm not explaining enough. But maybe I need to script some of this stuff out. But yeah, let me know. I don't mind doing it. It'll give me a chance to have some content for later on for next year, because I already have enough content for this year. By the way, I already have a shorts schedule for after New Year's. Alright, it's like, what? Seriously, I got videos for next year? Yeah, I've been trying to be more proactive about it, seeing the benefits of scheduling. Not only do you have videos lined up in advance, right? Especially if you still have the original file to edit them, you can tweak things as you see fit. Because it's like, you see that? Oh, I should make the thumbnail better. Right? You might have an epiphany or a sudden realization later. Right? And then, oh wait, I scheduled it. I can still update it, right? Because you still have a buffer zone to time to do something. Knowing that as a content creator, well, the real world comes first, right? So other things come involved. So if you have a buffer of videos, you still can spend time with loved ones, have family or friends over, have a movie night, game night, join the streams from other people, and all that stuff, right? So, and yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa! I should just make short so Lord G just comments on them, right? I'll just be like, I'll just I'll just make a short that says, "Please comment randomly below." Alright, alright. Oh, I know it. Oh, I know it's making me behind. It's only really about me doing this. No. Oh boy. I think I'm back. Sorry, I know I just crashed it. Ugh. Can't believe that. It's not actually. I might actually have to adjust this a little bit. Actually, not. Stop that. Anyways, maybe my icon will be there now. I actually had to close the. I had to close the web browser and restart it. Thinking the StreamYard allows you to continue on. I guess I'm not this. Yeah, I was trying to highlight. I was trying to highlight this for some reason. I crashed it. Doing too much. Yeah, I guess I gotta realize the limitations of the device and that stuff. Yeah. Just taking a screenshot of that on my own side just so I refer to it, Lori J. But yeah. Yeah? Okay. Okay, Lori J, I see that. What's in the works? Let's see. It's a hard time with crazy. Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe this is why I decided to only do icon only for a while. Unless I'm actually showing something as a video. I don't know. I may have to tweak that video. Maybe it's too. Yeah. Anyways, I charge up my phone here. I don't remember what time it is. All right, but yeah. What's in the works for me and what I do? Like I said, I have videos up for the rest of this year, right now. Because now that I have I actually already have. By the way, everyone, I already have a Christmas and a New Year's video up. You just have to wait because it's scheduled. Very short, to the point, just a message from CR. But okay, I'll just show it like that. Short and to the point, but yeah. So I have those. There's a few more things out there. A couple quick little things and stuff like that. I think the longest video is gonna be like 4 minutes. So, and I have a shorts later on this week. Because another thing about scheduling the videos is that I can actually change the schedule around still. Because unlike a premiere that I can't change the time or the day after the fact, right? Scheduling, at least I can change it, the time and the date. Just in case it'd be like, hey, I got instead of putting this video for this month, you could wait till next month or something like that. Especially if it's still within the same time period. I'm not sure. I'm not, not sure on if if I posted like gardening videos in December, I just don't think I would get the same traction if I actually put them in November. That's why last month was the last month for the gardening videos. Like, I was actually even surprised I even put out that other video. I can't believe this grew. Or my thumbnail says OMG on it. Right. On my garden. Actually, I should have named it on my garden instead over my garden. Yeah, see? I could have used a different preposition there. See? Even right now, I'm thinking, I should have did that differently. Or maybe because I'm thinking differently now. So every so often, this is why more and more I'm preferring the scheduling more. See, earlier on in this channel, I didn't schedule the videos so much, right? And maybe the content was lacking, not lacking, but rushed at times, right? More I'm favoring the scheduling, right? Like, I was on this live stream, as a content creator, I was there, right? They said, yeah, I did some scheduling, but I didn't find it helped myself too much. CR, or with the views or whatever, or the comments or whatever, right? And I said, scheduling is for the content creator, not necessarily for the viewers. It's to give the content creator more time to do stuff, to do other things, to do things in the real world, to record and all that stuff, right? And becomes a buffer zone of time for you. So if you're going away on vacation, you can still have some videos out, right? Because you scheduled them in advance. All right, as long as you're answering comments or whatever, no one knows if you scheduled or not. Just be right. I always assume no one's technically records and posts on the same day a lot of the time, right? Most of the time, what we're seeing is been obviously pre-recorded, obviously because it's a static video, but it's probably been recorded sometime in advance, right? To give way to like uploading it, editing, and obviously, filling in the description, putting a thumbnail or whatever, right? And apparently, I've lost my one side of the headset, so yeah. Well, learn how to cut the footage, right? Like, cut clips out and stuff like that. Usually on a mouse, you would use the scroll wheel. sometimes it could be Control or Command plus, depending if you're using Windows or a Mac. On a phone, it would be usually you pinch out to zoom in on what's known as the timeline. So you can be like, right here is where I don't want it. 2 seconds later, this is when I want to bring it back in. So you cut that part out. All right. That's an important thing too to understand in terms of editing, because obviously you have some rolling footage or some cue markers in there. Because another thing about editing that you can do is be like, you can add in, like, let's just say in post-production, right? Or let's say you shoot video for someone else to use, right? You can add later on and be like for example, any of those multi-camera angle shots, right? And people trying to line them up. Usually what I do is I count down 3, 2, 1 and to use that as instructions for later on to make the editing part easier. Be like, hey, this is where I'm talking about the video editors. This is where I'm talking about the audio part. This is where I'm talking about the text part, right? As audio cues in, right? I just cut that part out, obviously, right? But it's for me as the content creator, as the host, or the editor in this case, to hear it, to be like, basically these are visual or audio notes for you to have. So something like that, like for example, or EJ, and be like, for example, before you open up the oven, be like, say, okay, I gotta put in a 2-hour later thing before showing this. Then you open up the oven and show the food inside or whatever. That way it cues you later on, be like, especially if you're doing this later after the fact, a couple days, weeks later. Oh yeah, you might have forgotten to put that in and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put in that audio note in. Like my friend Bush Dog Scrapper, he does that a lot now. It's one of the things he's like, yeah, it helps, you know. That way I can remember, this is actually, I'm shooting the ending first, then I'm shooting the beginning, the main part of the video, right? So this is the ending part, whatever you say, all right? Maybe you say it first, then you start with because in terms of recording, sometimes, especially in movies, TV shows, they don't record or shoot the video in chronological order. It's out of order, right? So there's certain little things, like the little clipper thing that they use, like take 2 or whatever, right? It says something on there. This is the scene of movie, right? This is the climax of the movie. This is the exposition of the movie, right? This is the rising action. This is this scene or whatever. So in post-production, whoever's editing can be like, oh, this is what this scene is, right? Because honestly, as the editor, you're bringing this back into some sort of chronological order or story order. So hopefully that makes sense, Lori. Yeah, I know. Well, don't hide behind me, Feriano. Don't hide behind me. Yeah, I can't believe this. Yeah. Oh, the fun was, I had to learn how to, and I'm still trying to learn too, right? There's different ways of approaching it, and stuff like that. Like, technically, you could use a video editor for making thumbnails. Sometimes I do that if I'm trying to be fast. It depends what I'm doing. If the video editor doesn't cut it for the thumbnail, for me trying to make a thumbnail, then I'll use something else. Because sometimes I'll actually just do it really quick. Like, I use the video editor because I'm already in it. Right? Make a video of it. This is 5 seconds, less than 3 seconds, because I'm using a screenshot, right? And just take a screenshot of the spot that I want. If that makes any sense. Sometimes I've done that. Just because I'm trying to do this fast. Instead of trying to come into an actual image editor or anything along the lines of You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be Photoshop, but yeah. Yeah, you enjoying it? Cool, cool. Only if you dozen more pages, right? Yeah, yeah. It's really hard to cook a film that what usually takes 20 minutes takes 40. Yes, I understand the film. Da, 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, like you said, sometimes remember. See, I don't want to. I wasn't trying to make this so technical because I'm a little over the place with the technical and the editing at times and whatever. But I mean, I'm still learning, and you know, every so often I'll admit there's mistakes in there. I'm just like, or I notice, I'm like, I can't believe I spelled survival wrong. Or whatever, right? I did that in this one video. I just like I was already out. I'm like, I am like, nah, you know what? Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. You can still know what the word is. I just kind of added an extra I in there or whatever. I must have been tired or something when I was doing that to not notice that the whole time I'm looking at it, right? Because I think in my mind it just always was correct. You know what I mean? So sometimes having a second pair of eyes or whatever is nice, right? You know, if you do have someone nearby or family member or whatever, can you spell check this? Right? Can you help me proofread this, right? Stuff like that, right? Obviously, if you live on your own or whatever, or don't have anyone else to rely on, then you're gonna proofread your own stuff, or in this case, proof see your own stuff. Is there nothing? Proofread, proof see, well, or proof here, depending what it is, right? And no, it's like, okay, I'm satisfied with this, right? If you're happy with it, and then yeah, go with it, right? So, Lori J, you want me to do a video on this? I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll show how I would approach it. Something like making a video. Alright? And my opinions on it, right? And stuff like that. And I'll make it. I'll make it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll make it as a short. I don't know. I'll make it as long form content, standard type of content. Widescreen 16:9 versus the portrait 9:16 aspect ratio that shorts, reels, and TikTok likes to use. And stuff like that. However, there is one. Let's see. There's one thing I've learned when I was early on is that text on screen, don't make it too small. Remember, every so often, some people are watching on a smartphone, right? Not everyone's watching it on a big screen TV, let alone a 15, 17-inch display, right? Trying to make the text as legible as possible, right? As possible for what it is, right? For the spacing that you have for everything, right? I mean, yeah. Because sometimes I'm just like, you know, especially, I mean, like, even my Ultra, I'm like, I've been thinking, I'm like, did I make the text too small? I mean, I'll keep it for now, but I can still read it on full screen, you know. But I'm talking about if you're just watching on your phone or whatever, and you see this little top thirds of the phone showing the or or something like that. Because, like I said, not everyone watches content on the phone. Some people watch it on their TV, YouTube on the TV, or their right and stuff like that. So, yeah. You can show how to add different pics and vids on your intro. That would be great. Alright, screenshot that out. Aw, I didn't have a hard time figuring out what to name my uploads to get the most. That's why I said race upload will be made better front race than uploads without. Okay. I mean, I can't always answer that because the content's always different, or what you're posting is different from what. Even if I mean, even we're doing like a collaboration video on like, let's just say, for example, food. Let's just say a grilled cheese sandwich, right? I might instead of naming it grilled cheese sandwich VR to whatever, right? I might just say. I'm trying to even think about something that'd be a little bit different of a title, but it could possibly be different. All right. And sometimes now, every so often, depending on what I'm doing, I'll have a play on words or whatever, right? Every so often, like even one of my last videos, right? I grew something to show, right? The thumbnail said "OMG," and I think that my title was "I can't believe this grew." All right, it's almost like a question in there. People are like, "What grew, CR? I want to know what grew." OMG! Oh my gosh! What is this? Right? I'll have to watch the video and you'll find out, right? So that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad, but I think that was like one of those things that are like, relatively speaking, straightforward, right? Other times, the thumbnail, the title isn't as straightforward because I'm like, what should I actually name this? Like, you know, if it's an ongoing series that you have, you've probably already come up with something, right? You know, like some like free resource haul videos. I have the tendency to use very similar thumbnails, similar titles, right? But then some of these other videos are like, I'm going for a walk and showing when I'm walking, right? I'm like, I don't want just a title. Went for a walk. Sounds kind of boring. So I don't know. I might even change it out where I say walk and talking or something like that, or I don't know, just to see. It's like I said, something as a content creator. There's things like recording, maybe putting in some text, description, right? Thumbnail, title, right? You know, and at times I'm like, okay, well, the recording, the editing's not easy. Name it, right? You know, oh, I know what I'm gonna name it, but one of them I'll put as the thumbnail. I know what I'm gonna put as the thumbnail as the title, but I'm gonna record it or edit it to edit the content together to make it look, you know, uber awesome, right? So sometimes there's different points in terms of as a content creator that some things are a little bit more of a challenge. While other times, oh, that part was the easy part. I've had that where I'm just like, you know, like you'll see these videos later on this month at near the end of the month, right? For obvious reasons, right? I just like I made the video first. It's already been uploaded, right? I even have the sort of have a thumbnail, sort of have a title, right? But I was just like, what should I name it? What should I put as the thumbnail, right? And stuff like that. I just like thinking, like, So I'll try it out, right? Because I wanted to make it a little bit more universal for everyone out there. Because not everyone celebrates this or that, right? But I wanted a message still out there, right? Like, well, like safe travels or something like that. I want to say that in there, right? Because regardless, still, that kind of thing, right? Or I say take care or whatever, right? I want that to still be in there. Cheese grilled sandwich? Yeah, maybe. Hello, Idaho Garden. See, I know, girl, you've been using Splice, right? I think, right? I think I've noticed the text on screen on your videos too. By the way, I do. I have played with it, not as much, but because I use everything. But yes. Welcome, Idaho girl. I think it's called Splice. I thought that was called what it's called, isn't it? Idaho girl. I thought that was the name of the app or program. Because I thought I played with it before. So maybe I'll go a little bit longer. Why not? Why not? Hopefully not that much longer. I don't think I'm gonna go more longer than 15 though. But yeah. See? Splice. See, I pay attention. I pay attention. I'm listening. No, but Lauren, I've tried many out there. You know, some of those other content creators use, yeah, I probably tried it out. Alright. I made a short. I made an Instagram reel with using just iMovie, just because it's what it works anyways, right? However, as someone that's been editing it for a while, I tend to like to have being able to, and as a content creator, I have the tendency if I can put what's in my mind into the digital working space, I have the tendency to use it more, quote unquote, customized or freedom or and stuff like that. I mean, I don't like how they use the word control the space better, but you know, be able to control what I'm doing and stuff like that. I have the tendency to gravitate towards it, but that tends to be more advanced or intermediate, right? As a beginner, a lot of the time people just want someone that they can put up content right away, right? Not spend overly too much time. Yet still have maybe some text on screen, maybe a voiceover, being able to splice things, can join things together, cut certain sections out, right? And stuff like that. And maybe some other more advanced, slightly more intermediate things like the volume wasn't great here. I don't know why. Let me raise it up, alright, and stuff like that. So if you do have, I mean, I think I don't girl, you might. I think you've done a few voiceovers on your videos because it seems like it sometimes. I can tell just because you know you're outside and it sounds like you're inside. Yeah, yeah. Take care, Fariana. No, I get it. Right? I get it. Might be able to use it. Bob's back, by the way. Yeah, you know what I mean, like, or I mean, like, if you can use it, and maybe, you know, you understand certain little things from it, right? Because there's certain little things that are you, especially. See, I've been using this stuff for a while, right? So I've seen certain little things that are make an appearance or become standard, right? It's just like nowadays in a vehicle, standard things: wheel, brake, or pedal, seat belt, doors, right? In terms of editing, it could be like, yeah, where do I go to add the video? Where do I go to add music or a sound or whatever, right? You know, maybe you want to add some sort of logo in or whatever in the video. How do I add that in? All right. How do I cut or splice the footage together or cut footage out, for example, right? Those type of things. They may be in slightly different spots. It may be even named slightly differently, right? But if you know those things that you have to do, you just got to figure out where it is in the menu, right? Because I've tried out everything before and just like, you know, honestly, like anything, the more experience you are in something you're more familiar with it, right? I mean, as if you're a driver or whatever, drive a lot or whatever, you get familiar with cars in terms of generally, uh, where's the brake? Oh yeah, this is the e-brake. The driver's side probably has the master controls for the windows, the doors, all that stuff. You just kind of know that stuff because it's kind of standard, right? You just have to figure out where it is. Where's the latch to open up the trunk? Usually it's under here, that kind of thing, right? Like for me, I've tried out every so often try out different video editors that I'm not familiar with for fun of it and be like, okay, so where do I get to add the videos? How easy it is to just start doing something, right? So, but yeah, try out Splice. Try it out. Okay. Like always, safe travels, Bob. Like always. Yes. Yeah. You just learn to do voiceovers. Just learn it when you're outside and yeah, or noisy or dogs are bright. It's great to mute the sound and then voice. Yeah, exactly. If you learn how to do that, got other I don't girl, right? So it allows you to create even more content because now you're not limited to the dogs are barking, you can't hear my voice, right? That kind of thing, right? Because obviously video is important, but good audio is good too, right? People want to actually be able to hear what you're saying, right? It's kind of hard to watch a video when you can't hear it so well. And you got your volume all the way at max and you can still barely hear it. How good the mic is or how good the video is, right? In post-production or editing, you can bring it up a tad more, right? Also, it's not as good as an actual like legit mic that captures the sound great in the beginning, but you just need a little bit more, right? It's, but yeah, that's awesome, Idaho Girl. That's awesome that you learned how to do that, by the way. Oh, Lori, I'm gonna look at you weird. I'd be like, you trying to record over there because you're talking to you're so really loud over there. Yes, CR, I am. Did you notice? Yes, I did because I can hear you. Right, but yes, voiceover can help, but you have to do it in that kind of very similar environment, so it doesn't necessarily sound like you voiced over it. Yeah. Apparently, I gotta come back to my headset's dead. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't sound like crap like it did earlier. Ah. Yeah. You love that? Love what part? I guess that. I don't know. The voiceover thing or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, you could do something like that. Yeah, that too. I don't. Let me just pause that background music because I cannot pause. But yeah, you can kind of concise it more, right? Now you guys can hear what I'm saying live, right? So this ain't really scripted or whatever, right? So there is a couple choice of words, insert choice of words, blanks and blank stares and nothing else, right? But I try to keep talking and keep the content flowing as much as possible, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're basically just narrating what happened, right? Now try, and I say try to do it relatively in the same environment. If you're outside, there's too much background noise or whatever, you can still do it inside. But if you're voice overing something that's, let's just say, inside, try to voice over it in a similar environment. So if there's an echo, if there would have been an echo, try to voice over it in an echo environment too. You know what I mean? If you voice over going through a cave, people are probably don't notice that. Right. But if you say a few for things later on in that cave or whatever in the beginning because it sounds better, or hey, there wasn't a whole bunch of whatever, right? Might sell the point a little bit more. People like, oh, it didn't even sound like a voiceover, right? Yeah, I voiced over it later, or whatever, right? I love the reaction to my screaming during a video, yeah. And that happens too. Dogs barking and stuff like that. Because usually it's quite loud on video. Or at least over the volume of like speaking stuff. And at random times and all that stuff, right? But it is what it is, but do what you can. And yeah. Alright, 5 minutes. my I gotta remember I barely even had my sweet coffee here. I was supposed to end this like 15 minutes ago, but I don't girl came in and yeah. Oh, and Lori J kept me going in terms of wanting to talk about something. Well, at least I'll get that extra 15 minutes of watch time. At least. So there's always a positive in terms of something like this. So yeah, Lori J, yeah, I can see what I can do. Maybe I'll post some content, not for this month, for next month, because I do need some Florida content until springtime. All right, because obviously no one, no one in Northern Hemisphere really, unless you live down more south, is showing gardening stuff unless it's inside, like what you have, Idaho Garden Girl, like hydroponics or aero gardening stuff like that, like growing on a windowsill in a greenhouse, right? For the most part, gardening is done until the spring, or until you start something in March or whatever, right? So in the meantime, I need some content to put on the channel. In the meantime, because like I've always said, there's certain events or things during a year that are easy to make a content for, right? Holiday season, Thanksgiving, Halloween, usually New Year's, Canada Day, 4th of July, events like that. Yeah, those have the tendency. Yeah, I could throw in that content, right? That's basically fairly straightforward content because you know what it's about. You can probably think of a title, thumbnail, or whatever, scripted, video it, however, right? But it's the 52 weeks of the year. Then you're trying to, I want to put out some video for that week, but what, right? Because you're thinking of the next idea, and you can't. It's like, well, I can't throw in a garden. I don't want to throw in a gardening video that I shot because I didn't post it earlier, and I don't want to post it in on like Groundhog's Day on February 2nd. So I need to put that as late as, let's say for me, November, mid-November at the latest, or else it's just not gonna happen, or it's gonna have to wait till next year. Oh, this is what I grew last year, kind of deal. Supposedly, Lori J. Supposedly, yeah. Too many questions another time. Yeah. Sometimes you do a video outside and I remain completely silent, but the birds are chirping and then are clucking, and then I can do a voiceover without muting the background. I'm still narrating. Yeah, exactly right. You just don't say anything, but in your mind as you're doing whatever task, right? I'm gonna say something right here, right? And maybe later on, right after you record, let's say 5 minutes of you doing something, you shoot another quick video segment, and basically you're giving yourself a voice note and being like, okay, this is how I'm gonna say it because you're thinking about it right now, right? Because you might not be editing right away. You might be editing later and be like, oh yeah, this is what I said. I just have to say that, but while I'm inside now, it's kind of so you get your thoughts out right away, all right? Because for the most part, if you're recording on a phone or a digital camera or whatever, right? Usually, you get plenty of room, plenty of space to record, right? So, recording these I wouldn't say tips or whatever or tricks, but more like cues to use later on may be useful. You'd be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to add that in. Thank goodness I took a little extra time to record a quick 30-second clip of me just talking about it. What at the time of doing that, just after doing the action of, like, for example, what you said, Idaho Garger, with just recording something without saying anything, but the birds are chirping, right? You can say it after the fact, right afterwards, and be like, oh yeah, this is what I gotta say, right? That way, you're still in the moment kind of deal. And then in post production, when you're editing, it becomes easy because, hey, now I know what to say. I just have to kind of time it in there for this amount of time the video runs. Okay. Yeah, you're done. Wait, okay. People say that people are waiting for something to. Yeah, yeah. There's something about interaction I enjoy too on the live streams, because you don't really get that in static videos. And I mean, even premieres to a certain degree aren't as interactive. You're just basically instant messaging back and forth, right? And just sharing a video to watch from the host, right? Versus this is more interactive. Especially if I was doing a panel, you guys be able to chime in right away and say something and be like, "Oh, yeah, 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 yeah," or whatever. I'd be like, "Yeah, I know a girl, yeah," or whatever. Yeah, I mean, even to the point, I mean, I'm trying to make the videos as real as possible, especially if I'm outside or showing something for sure, right? Anything digital in nature, I try to emphasize that it's created, right? Like, I mean, you'll notice that in the next couple. Well, I would say next couple of videos, more like the videos I have for the end of the month. Those are digitally created. I just kind of put something together, right? So there is no real world examples of it as right now. I can't show much of snow because there is no snow out there. So I can't show that anyways, and I don't have previous footage of it. And I didn't want to just roll in B-roll or something like that, so I just kind of made it more, how do I say, computer generated animated type of version of it. I don't know. People liked it last year. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes this year. But this is just content that I'm just filling the spots for the month, right? Because I'm just like, I want to save a couple words. I can fill in the content, right? And I don't want, right? Or else I would only have like small desired videos I can rely on for the month. Because I need to record some more content. That too. So yeah, we need a little bit more snow than that, Lori J. Yeah, I definitely, definitely agree with that. All right, everyone. I think that is about time here. So yes, Lori, I'll see what I can put together here. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Thank goodness I scheduled some videos, so I have some time to think about it. That's another reason why I'm doing it. And I truly believe it's scheduling is for the content creators' benefit more than the watchers' benefit. Because as the watcher, you don't know when it was uploaded or anything like that, right? Unless people say so, right? The host says so or whatever, right? Or there's a specific date on the screen that the host has put in. I know, Hogarth Girl, you put that in, right? So I'm like, oh, this was a couple days ago. You just been editing it the last couple days. Now you're uploading it a couple days later. Okay, right? Because you these videos that are coming up for later this month, you wouldn't know why when I put them up unless I said so. And I'm saying so right now because I already put them up. I had them back. I almost had them up in the beginning of this month just to get a head start on it. Right? If I have to edit them or whatever, I still have the project file, so I can still tweak them or whatever. But I've already had the title, the thumbnail, pretty much solid what I want, so I can go from there. If I get to tweak the video still, I can still can.
but generally I'm fairly satisfied with it. And usually, depending if I need the content again or the footage or the project file, I'll usually delete the project file after, just because next year it'll be another one, right? I'll do it a different way, right, and stuff like that, just to keep it fresh. Yes, I appreciate everyone dropping in here. All these wonderful people, folks, fellow content creators out there, and they're chiming in. And we just talked about, I don't know, we just talked about a lot of different things. And I'm ending the stream with a bunch of like blank stares and yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the project file. We try to name it, not the title that you're gonna give it, but what's about it, right? Like if I'm growing a sunflower, this is sunflower one, not to be confused with sunflower two, for example, right? And that title that you give your project might not necessarily be the title of your video on here on YouTube or whatever, right? Or even what you put in as title or a name in the thumbnail, but it's to help the user, the content creator, right? Because nothing is worse than just like I should not have just set these for like untitled untitled title, or just the date, because the thumbnail I'm seeing, like the little clip of before I enter in the project file, doesn't show me that much, or I can't tell. Was that this one? That's why I tried to accurately describe and use my titles in terms of like editing. Just the workflow works a lot better, right? Because it's just like having the visual markers or the audio markers in your videos that you can just cut out afterwards, right? In post production, it's just to help the editor, in case for the most part it's gonna be the content creators' job, that much easier. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta remember, we're, you know, at the beginning of a shot or whatever, there might be dogs barking or whatever. I might have to voice over it. Then you just roll into the content, right? And maybe you have to, but at least you'll remember. Oh yeah, there was dogs barking or whatever. It could have been barking, right? For example, Idaho Garden Girl. For you, for example, right? And be like, oh yeah, because sometimes you might be working on these project files a little bit later, right? Because you're recording it at the time, right? And haven't put them into your video editor or app or yet, right? Because sometimes you're recording like a vacation or whatever, right? Be like, yeah, this was on December 1st. This is on the next day. Oh, this is that same, the December 2nd, but at that night. And you just add those into the beginning. That way you know for sure. So you don't even have to check like information like when did I record this? It just says so in the video or whatever, right? So stuff like that can help, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, useful. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's another thing too, right? I'm putting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I don't need to actually date the videos in terms of when I'm posting them, but I might just say in the video, yeah, you're watching this. This is like the end of October, right? End of September, and you might see it at the beginning of October, the beginning of November, just to see how long ago it was, right? Because, and not to contradict anything I say, I got snow on this day in the live stream or on the side chat. It's like, didn't you just put out a video about this? Yeah, yeah, but that was pre-recorded. Right? That was recorded a couple months ago, right? Like even the sunflower videos that I did, right? People were like, "Oh, I can't wait for this to bloom." Uh, what I couldn't tell you guys yet is like, and I say it in the in my comment section. Why? Yeah, yeah, I can't wait to show you guys the bloom of it because they've already bloomed. Because what you're seeing is a couple weeks back, right? Just to give me time to record what's currently going on at that time, right? Because in terms of a garden showing a sunflower, I guess I have to do it in real time. I can't speed that up, right? So I need a little bit of buffer zone of time so I can edit, polish the video, polish the title, polish the thumbnail, and all this other stuff, right? And get it out there for everyone to watch. And with that, I think it's time to show. So, everyone out there, I appreciate you all joining me this fine day, right? Hopefully, the weather's cooperating for you out there. Hopefully, it's not frightful. And wherever you go out there, right? Wherever you are listening to this, no matter if you're a content creator or just a watcher or both, no matter if you have experience or not in editing, no matter if you're prepping or not prepping, doing a little, making a little bit more progress here, lacking here, but making great progress here, trying to improve here, while sacrificing a little bit of time here. Just go out there and make some progress, right? Try to learn something new, right? Increase that knowledge bank up there, up here. I knock on my head, but you might hear a thing that sounds like hollow. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I just said that to myself. Yes, I just said that. Yes. Thank you, Iron Flowers, Lord J, Idaho Garner on the wall. Uncle you, Dale, Feriana was here. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Shout out to the Replay King and all that stuff. So, and a quick hello from Idaho Garner. So everyone, go out there and do something positive. And remember, just because you can't do it, start it, or do something about it today, it doesn't mean you can't do something about it, start it, learn it a few minutes later, right? So basically, what I'm saying is just go out there and just discover it, right? Learn, right? I mean, like, there's nothing better than just learning something for your own thing itself and like improving your own situation. There's something about that that's I wouldn't say necessarily self sufficiency, but there's something about that, right? It's just like being able to do something and learn and be like, hey, I can do this too, kind of deal. I can do it like all the cool kids do now. I can do this, right? There's something about that, right? There's something about that. So go out there, make some progress, everyone, and yes, I'll bring in this one. So things are changing out there, everyone, but we can adapt too. Increase that skill and knowledge by practicing. Help someone if you can out there. So until the next video / live stream for me, I appreciate everyone joining me. In terms of all the technical difficulties, remember when you're on live, things happen. So, anyways, go out there, take care, everyone. Safe travels, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone. And you're awesome.